Wow. Oh yeah.
Okay. Okay, ready? I'll start timing, okay? In 3, 2, 1. Hi, good morning, everyone. We are Kaspa Group Solutions, or KGS for short, and we're a one-stop global solutionist to all your learning and training needs. Next slide, please. So for today's agenda, we'll be sharing with you who we are and why we believe KGS can provide Gladwell Engineering with a comprehensive learning solution and training needs for all your call center staff and for all your other needs as well. Next slide, please. So who are we? Well, Kaspa Group Solutions, or KGS, is a company of solutionists. The name Kaspa represents the mediators, peacemakers, and the helpers of the world. Our people have a very high level of talent and the ability to work well with others because we are cooperative, courteous, and very considerate towards other people. And these are values we impart to our stakeholders as well. So in many ways, we are dependent upon each other and we function best when we are in a partnership or in a group. Next slide, please. So our team comprises of the four of us. I am Jamie Sean Tan, the director and the head of Workplace Learning Solutions. And after my section, after my part, we'll have Anita Raj Mohan. She's the HOD of Technical Learning Platforms and Designs, and she'll be talking about our learning design prototype. Abigail Ko is our Human Resource Performance and Manpower Cohesion Manager. She'll be talking about our cafes app as well as our workplace workplace solutions. And last but not least is our CFO, Chan Soon On. He'll be talking about the financial aspect of our learning solution, as well as some of the challenges and the learning theory solutions as well. All right, next slide. So our mission statement is that KGS is a one-stop global solutions provider for all your company's learning and training needs. And our service vision is actually derived from an acronym of CASPA. K stands for keeping our clients on the road to success. A is aligning all our client needs. S for solving our client service gaps. P for promoting manpower cohesion. And A for assisting with challenges. Next slide. So as you can see from our previous clients, we have some high profile names, and the common theme among our clients' testimonials is that we enable them to improve their productivity and performance standards by over 85%. And as you can see, we have clients like Canon, Microsoft, and HP, just to name a few. Next slide. So here's what we found out about Gladwell Engineering so far based on our research. We know that the company was started in 1990 by Mr. Simon Low, who's now semi-retired, and is currently run by his eldest son, Jason Low. And business boomed when the company first started because Mr. Simon Low had formed excellent relationships with his clients and customers like IBM, HP, Xerox, and Canon. However, because competition was more intense and the excellent relationships as well that were formed were weakened because sometimes key people in companies do tend to move with the companies, or they might even leave the companies, and that's also a reason why relationships can sometimes get weakened. Furthermore, next slide, we also found the potential challenges in Gladwell Engineering's company. We found out that the call center staff do not adequately screen calls from customers and are also unable to advise customers on simple technical issues. Now, this lack of knowledge has resulted in service gaps, which have led to customer complaints and dissatisfaction. And we all know that this is not very good for any company's business. Furthermore, we also found that minor technical issues that customers can solve are actually being escalated to the service engineers. And this has led to a wastage and unnecessary use of resources like time, manpower, and money spent. Next slide, please. So what is our unique value proposition for our KGS chatbot CRM system and our cafes app? Now, the CRM here stands for Customer Relations Management. So the chatbot system will be talked about in more detail by Anita later on, and the cafes app will be talked about by Abigail. But basically, these are our design solutions, and they are equipped to train, develop, and enhance Gladwell Engineering's call center department, which will result in increased productivity, technical knowledge and service standards and communication skills by 95%. It will also lead to the removal of its current service gaps. So we guarantee that both your staff and your customers will feel like they're number one through our chatbot database system. They will keep track of their every need and concern. Next slide, please. So here's our KGS storyline, assuming you use our chatbot system and our cafes app. So let's say a customer calls for a simple technical issue like paper jam in their home-based printer. The customer will have access to the KGS chatbot CRM system. They'll key in the issue that they have, in this case, paper jam. The chatbot retrieves information on basic troubleshooting for paper jam issues, and the customer should be able to resolve it on their own. If, however, they are not able to resolve it on their own, they'll be diverted to our call center, who will then advise them on how to do it, assuming the call center staff have got this basic technical knowledge. Next slide, please. So basically, as I mentioned, Anita will talk more about our chatbot system, and Abigail will talk about our cafes app. But just to let you know what cafes stand for, C stands for client database, A for accessibility to SOPs, which is Gladwell Engineering's SOPs. F is for FAQs for troubleshooting technical issues. E is for escalation to service engineers, and S is self-help learning. And this cafes app will be basically made available to your customer call center officers. Now, without further ado, I hand over to Anita, who will be talking about our chatbot app. Over to you, Anita. Anita?
Anita, you're muted.
Hi, hello everyone. I'm Anita. Learning solution is design side. So trial of the learning design solution prototype. So we created a chatbot, cafe app, everything. So first of all we trial the chatbot. So we have issue three. I mean, while developing the prototype, so we have three issues. First one is email. So after entering email, so the chatbot is not respond. So that's why we think to add a name and email as well. So the chatbot is actually is very automated, reduce the human stress also. So it's have some specific printer problem. So the customer automated to check the menu. So it's very useful to I mean find the solution about the printer issues. So first we I mean we process the issues. One of the I mean email. So next slide please. Next slide. So actually one is I mean the email is not working well, so we choose another options to select the email to check the customer I mean the name and the email also. Then second one is searching keywords are limited, because so we plan to change video demonstration for customer. It's, I mean, know very well how to change the ink level. I mean, how to change the cartridge, and then how to find the paper tray. So, for example, if the paper jam in the printer, so they show the video, so they can also pull out the paper. How to change the tray also. Then after trying another menu, so it's not working well, so we have a plan to change another so the previous menu to go back to automated system, so it's reduce man stress also. Next slide please. So next one is yeah, we use the email also. So yeah, we need the customer detail also. That's why we thought so put a name also, client name also with the starting point. So now we changed the client name and at the start of the chatbot conversation. So totally we issue not only three, many issues, but now we fulfill the all the issues to show the every menu is perfect. So it's useful to create, useful to access the issue, how to change the printer problem, or and the bad quality of printing, and then slow printing everything. So it's have all menus and video demonstration also. So next slide please. So finally, after issue everything, so if customer cannot customer cannot do anything, so they can contact us directly. So they give email to chat with us. So our available operator have checked what issues in the issues what issues in the printer. So they have sent to one of the service engineer to check. So I mean, we solved the problem. So after that, finally, we use the chatbot to reduce most manpower. So it's many problem we already we solved this using the chatbot also. Thank you. Next, overall take in the Abigail.
Yeah, hi. Thanks so much, Anita. So what you have actually just seen is part one of our prototype, and we shall now move on to, for me to introduce you the rest of the learning solution, which is actually an app entitled Cafes, and it is to be a one-stop portal that targets your organizational work and learning needs. Within the app, you will also find a customized workplace learning plan that will be created specifically for Gladwell, as well as a section for self-directed learning for your staff. As you can see, the app icon is a cup of coffee. And so why coffee, you might ask? Well, it is the typical symbol or image that comes to mind when you think of the word cafe. The cup of coffee also encapsulates what we envision the app to be like for your call operators, which is a stress reliever, because the call operator's job can be very stressful and overwhelming due to the number of calls that come in through the day, and thus by having a one-stop portal that will help assist them with customer queries, it would definitely help to reduce the amount of stress they experience. Let us now take a closer look into the app. So this is how the app will actually look like once you open it. A responsive web design interface which caters to different devices. This is actually done so that no matter what device you are using, or regardless of where you are, the information that you or your staff would need will be easily accessible and readily available 24/7. Our app is also an acronym-based mnemonics so that call operators will be able to easily recall the various functions of the app. Within the user interface, the app navigation menu bar can also be located easily either at the bottom of the screen for mobile devices or at the side for desktops. So now let me take you through some of the functionalities within the app with reference to the storyline mentioned earlier. So a call comes in right now with a client wanting to inquire about a paper jam issue. So our first part of the prototype, the chatbot, would actually be activated and they would try to assist the caller with resolving the issue. But when this is not possible, the call bot would actually consolidate the information about the caller and send a signal to the call operators to alert them of an incoming customer call. So before the call operator actually picks up the call, they will actually use the Cafes app and click on the C, client database, to find out more about the client. And if they realize that the issue or the query is something that they may not be familiar with, they can then quickly click on the FAQ section where they can actually find the information that they need as according to the screen based on the category search, or they can type in their keywords. So now with the required information at hand, they will actually be able to confidently pick up the call and assist the customer with their queries. We move on now to the workplace learning plan that would actually be embedded within Cafes, and this can actually be found in the SS SOPs portion of the Cafes app. So the Workplace Learning Plan, or WLP for short, will include detailed task steps and competency standards required of all call operators for each job task. As the Cafes app is supposed to be a one-stop portal that will serve Gladwell's work and learning needs, staff are actually required to know how to use it for work purposes. Thus, the usage competency standards of the app will be integrated within the WLP as well, and competency assessment criterion and follow-up session plans will also be created to ensure that your staff will be able to use the app proficiently. And all this can actually make learning sound very stressful, yes. So we plan to lighten the atmosphere and encourage engagement and active learning by using gamification with real rewards to incentivize learning. So the gamification method we're using is actually a board game approach, which consists of two components, the learning component as well as the customer satisfaction levels. So within the learning component as well, you can see it's actually split further into three parts based on the 70-20-10 model, and different tasks have different weightages depending on the significance of each task. So for example, if they complete a learning knowledge task, like for example, review one SOP in the app, they would score 1 coin. Versus if they complete the workplace learning component, say, for example, complete a mentoring session, they will earn 5 or 6 coins. And all this can be used to exchange for real rewards. So for example of how this board game will work, so this call operator has actually collected or moved 20 steps forwards, and in order to be able to get the prize, she actually needs to collect another 30 coins before she can exchange it for things like NTUC vouchers and movie vouchers. So the next slide here is actually to show you how it would look like in terms of the coins awarded per task. So for the learning components, most coins would be given per task in the workplace learning section versus the collaborative learning and the structured learning. And for customer satisfaction levels, it's actually based on the average monthly rating out of 4, and they're actually divided into different tiers or bands. Last but not least, we move on to the self-directed learning portion of the app, and this can actually be found on the self-help learning tab. So we would want to encourage individual ownership towards professional development, and this will be done by giving them completion badges once they finish any courses that they actually click on. And this can be shared with others on the Cafe's app platform. Other available courses that you can see here will be that might interest your staff will be displayed based on their previous searches and courses selected. I hope this has given you a vision of how things will look like for Gladwell should you decide to engage Kaspa Group Solutions to work hand in hand with you to make Gladwell the place to work in. I shall now hand the time over to Soon Hon, who will wrap up today's session on the fundamental principles and learning theories our prototype is based on, the expected outcomes, resources, and challenges, as well as the projected timeline and cost involved for this prototype. Thank you. Soon Hon, please.
Thank you so much, Abigail. Thanks so much for staying through, everyone. Let me just cover the rest of the details of this proposal. All right, so beginning first with the learning theory. Our design solution is really based on well-established learning theories, and we present to you 3 of them here. When it comes to retrieval cues, for this learning theory, we basically know that prompts are very essential to help us to remember things better. Even more so for busy call center operators who need to really remember so much information at the back of their minds. And therefore, it's so important that they have a variety of retrieval cues so that they can remember the information. Which is why in our product, we use the Cafe's app acronym so that it quickly helps the call center operators to identify aspects of the app that are useful for them. And when it comes to workplace learning, we have developed this VASE acronym so that it helps them to remember the 4 basic steps when attending to customers with basic technical issues. So retrieval cues is one of those learning theories that we adopt in our design solutions. Besides retrieval cues, we also ascribe to this learning theory called reflective observation, because from this learning theory, we understand that learning always happens when people have the opportunity to reflect on their experiences. And that's the reason why we emphasize the importance of workplace learning as encapsulated in demonstration and coaching, because these are the 2 platforms and opportunities where staff are able to see what is taking place, how it's being done, and able to be able to process with a facilitator, a workplace trainer, on how they can improve their skills and attitudes as call center operators. Last but not least is the spaced practice. This is a learning strategy where the practice is broken up into short sessions, but over a longer period of time. And so to equip your call center staff well, we believe in really taking adequate time to go through the process right from the start, where they are being observed and being interviewed, to the evaluation process. And this is going to take over a period of 9 months that you'll see later on in the timeline. And we'll deploy a variety of forms of learning to better engage your call center operating staff. Moving on, these are the advantages that we really see in the design solution that we're proposing to all of you today. All right. So basically, our product has been used and validated by several companies who are already deploying call center staff. And so already our app, our chatbot, they're highly catered to the call center operation functions. But at the same time, we are able to customize certain functions according to a unique company's SOPs to align with your workflow processes and things like that. In terms of quick time access, our target is to be able to help your call center operators identify solutions on the Cafe's app within 1 minute for 80% of the cases with basic technical issues. That's the goal that we aspire to help your call center operators to achieve, right, with the use of our product. And last but not least, being adaptable to learner needs. And so we want to consider the learner profile of the staff. So in terms of their cognitive, affective, their social characteristics. So for example, if they're more visual, or depending on their education level, we can create a more conducive learning environment by either using more audio training materials, such as pre-recorded training materials or visuals in the form of PowerPoint slides. So all these can be adapted to the learner profile of your call center operator staff. All right, so these are the solutions. These are advantages that our design solutions are meant to provide for you. What are the outcomes? In terms of the outcomes, we see the success of the system in these few areas. In terms of customer ratings, we want to be able to increase your average customer satisfaction rating from the current 2.15 to, as you've shared with us, to more than 3.5 within 3 months of implementing the system. All right, that's our target for you guys. And secondly, not just improve customer ratings, but increase productivity, where we are able to see shorter time taken to address customer queries, diverting the unnecessary calls or inquiries, so that your staff are able to better devote their time to engage in more meaningful work. All right? And thirdly, higher satisfaction amongst your staff. And this is something that we also know is important for all of you, for them to feel that they're able to contribute meaningfully to resolve customer issues or feedback. They're able to feel confident and competent. So highest employee satisfaction. And last but not least, our system allows you to be able to track key data for review so that you can strengthen the performance of your staff. So we see these 4 outcomes as arising from the use of our design solutions. Now, what are some of those resources that you might be asking that our design solution will require? So you see over here a general list of the resources, logistics, and of course, for this system to materialize, we do require some of these hardware, as well as the time that we are able to engage with your staff, either through demonstration or coaching sessions. Okay. In terms of challenges, we do foresee that there may be these 3 main challenges, but we have also provided some solutions for these challenges. For staff who are really adverse to IT, we will guide them through the process of training and helping them to onboard with the system. All right. For a start, we are proposing to actually have a change management workshop, a 2-hour workshop, to kickstart the functional training and the subsequent workplace learning series. For staff who are overstretched with operational tasks, and these are very common knowledge that you have already shared with us. So that's the reason why we have this e-learning in place, that we really want to support your staff to have anytime access to training materials, whether they are off their call center duty timing or whether they are on their road traveling. They are able to access the training materials so that they can really maximize the time that they have when they are on duty. And last but not least, as we have shared in the earlier slide, we want to be able to provide data analytics to support your performance evaluation and optimize the staff performance, right, in the task that they're supposed to do. All right, so basically I've shared the advantages, the outcomes, and also some of the resources and challenges of our design solution. Here's a look at the very practical aspect of our design solution. In terms of the timeline, over a period of 9 months, we see 6 distinct stages from collecting data all the way to evaluation. And this timeline is really based on the agile principles concept, where we really believe in taking action, building small steps, collaborating with your staff and with your management as well, and really testing out and perfecting the system in a way that works for you guys. Okay, so we will spend majority of our time really, at least for the first 3 months, collecting the data, analyzing it, and then building the solution and allowing your staff to be able to test out and fine tune before we conduct the functional training, the user admission testing, and the data migration. Then comes the very important component where we want to deploy the workplace learning as well as the system, so that hand in hand we can work towards the attainment of the outcomes that we have set out to do. And we will do an evaluation really to see how this system has served your outcomes at the end of the day. All right, next slide. So in terms of projected cost, this is our projected cost. We believe that we are competitive with other service providers in this sector. And we have really broken down our cost into 3 phases, where the upfront payment of 35% of it is done at the start. And we will collect the next payment, the next phase, when we begin the functional training. And that's where we will actually work more with your team, really hands-on to achieve phase 2, right to the completion of phase 3, where we will then issue the payment invoice for the remaining 15% of the cost. Okay, so I think we have come to the end of this presentation, but really at the end of the day, to really begin working, we would really love to work with all of you over at Gladwell. And so in terms of the call to action, we're really proposing a 1,000 discount on the quotation. And if there's more information that you require, feel free to contact us on our phone or even over at our website. Right. With that, thank you so much for your time. And we really love to hear questions, take questions from you, and to hear more from you. Thank you so much.
Okay, it's about
Sorry.
If you want to just share 1 or 2 lines now, why talk about the problems of the chatbot? Yeah.
Okay.
Why that means whether is it to show that we have already improved on our chatbot, that it will work for your company, yeah, or is that we have been through other experiences that or other feedback from earlier companies, and therefore our products are improved product. Something like the why share the problems. Then I think you go into that, then you connect very well.
Correct.
Yeah.
Jenny, any other feedback?
Yeah. Then just one more thing, whether you want to just make mention that we will show you a demonstration of the chatbot later.
Yeah, correct.
Okay.
Then the listener will know, oh, okay, there's something that I will do later.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
So just these 2 parts.
Just
So
say
also
that
mention the demonstration later. Okay.
after our presentation, you will have a chance to test out the chatbot. So just just mention it lah.
Okay, sure.
Okay.
Yeah. I think Abigail's one is
Yay.
very clear. Yeah.
Okay.
In
Was
fact,
I speaking too fast? I was just afraid that I was going
No,
too
you're
fast.
fine. I was
You're
also
fine.
wondering whether I'm speaking too fast. Was I speaking too fast?
Okay, yeah.
You're
I think
okay.
everyone was good speed. Yeah.
Can I ask for some
Yeah.
suggestions? Because I realized I took 9 minutes.
Oh,
How can I cut short? Because I think yeah, I realize I'm covering quite a lot.
No, it's okay. I
I
mean,
think,
it's
Is it-
within,
it's okay,
within
huh?
our time. It's within the time frame. It's okay.
yeah, don't worry about it.
Fine.
It's okay, huh?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Because
Yeah.
okay, then if it's okay, then I'll just go with this tempo.
Yeah, I think the speed and everything, yeah, and I think the part that you covered is also quite important because it will tell you what our prototype is based on. Yeah, yeah, so quite important.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can.
Okay. Can I send files from here? Because we're supposed to take a screenshot of our trial run, right? So I actually took a screenshot because we need to put it in our as our artifact or something. Like one of the things we need to submit in our yeah, correct. So I
Really?
just yeah.
You know what,
Yeah.
a screenshot of
As-
our rehearsal now.
Yeah, our rehearsal, yeah.
Oh.
I think, yeah, apparently we're supposed to. So I took it, so I just share lah. Okay,
Okay.
so there you go. Yeah, so I think we have to put this into, just to show that we have actually done a trial run on our part.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what he wanted, yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Linda.
Oh,
I think all
thought
the rest
trial
of us
run-
missed it.
I thought trial run was a screenshot of our trial run for the
Is it? I don't know. I thought our
Yeah.
trial run for the presentation. Okay, I don't know. Anyway, I just took just in case we need lah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Good.
Yay.
Yeah, anyway, we can just include it in no harm also.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Okay, yay, everybody, we are almost there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
So,
just
can I trial my chatbot also? Yes.
Let's do that.
Give me a
Are we
second.
still recording? No need to record this part, right? Are we recording our Zoom right now?
Yeah, recording.
Oh, you continue.
Oh.
Okay, continue record.
Need
Okay.
lah, we
Because
need to
yeah,
record
you
lah.
give me some feedback also, right? That's why.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
okay.
If you don't, yeah.
No, it's fine. It's just that later when it converts, it'll be a very large file size when it converts later
Yeah,
on.
correct. No problem. So trial only, after that I pass it.
Okay.
Give me a second. I open it.
Anita, later on, when it converts, right, you can upload the video file to YouTube. Then we can also watch it as well, and then we
Okay.
can just recap for ourselves.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah. Then send us the YouTube link, like what I did for my practice
Okay.
run.
Okay.
Yeah.
Actually,
Okay, so the trial of learning design solution, actually we already done chatbot, cafe, and website design also. First I take over the chatbot. So chatbot is actually it's a very operational boost of operational efficiency also, and bring some cost saving to business also, while offering the convenience to added some services. It's reduce manpower also, because same question, I mean, easily resolve the many types of customer queries also, so we can reduce the human interaction also. So this is the purpose to use the chatbot. So the chatbot actually have a, I mean, we trial already, so have three issues. One is yeah, I mean, after entering email, the chatbot is not responding, because so after entering the email, so we choose to select uh, ask name also, and then searching keyword also very limited. So that's why we uh, uh, plan to change. I mean, choose another option. It's a redirecting the video demonstration, because customer will know how to change the uh, ink, cartridge, and head, a printer head nozzles also, and then how to resolve the problem of paper jam also. We have a two video demonstration also. Customer clearly know to use the printer to resolve the issues also. Next one is we trying the next slide. Yeah, after entering email also, now the chatbot can respond to customer this way, like our staff will contact you within the next couple of minutes. So next slide, I can choose, right? Sorry. Yeah, already I explained, the search keywords are so limited, so we choose to plan take other option, video demonstration. And then one more issue also we received, because we choose a option because the paper, the printout, it's not working properly. That means so have a many problem. It's about paper, it's not quality paper, it's not some cleaning process also, it's not working. So the printer cartridge also, ink level maybe going low also. So we can check all the issues. So I give some menus. So after that, choose the menu. It's not it's not respond after that. So that's why we plan to go previous menu. Next slide, please. Feedback. I mean, next slide. Sorry. Yeah, actually, I get the feedback from other operator also. So not only email. So we need we need to know the client name also. So I use extra. Extra options to add a customer name also. So we know the name and detail everything. After that, so we receive an email, we can directly chat with us. So if have any other query also, we can clarify to customer. Then so if they are not they have any other issues also, they can call our service, so we can send the service engineer to resolve this printer, any other issue also. So this way we resolve the problem using the chatbot also. So finally we ask the customer to feedback also. So yeah, this is a final stage. So after finishing the conversation, thank you for contacting. Thank you so much for to the customer to share the some finishing. Yeah, it's a finishing actually. I think
Is that all right?
Okay.
all right. Yeah, that's all.
Okay. Can. Yeah, you might just mention that we're going to do a demonstration.
Final stage. How I finish.
Uh, I think it would be good to write out the script so that you can read. So because it's a bit hard to follow what because the points are a little bit jumbled here and there. Like you mentioned, like what you've done already, the problem, a few of the problems, then what has been done. But then actually you have already prepared that in the other slides, right? Which is you actually ask for feedback, right? Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think it would be good if you type out what you want to say, which has been done for the quite a few of the slides. Then just read out what you want to say. And then so that at least, because when you're presenting, you might be very nervous, so you will jumble up even more. So I think it's better to have it all written down and just read it off. Yeah, so that the points will be very clear to whoever's listening.
Yes, okay.
Yeah. So Sunon, how do you want her to add in about the reasons why we did the trial?
I told you how the purpose of usage the chatbot.
No. So not you are covering about, which is good, which is why we want to use the chatbot to solve the issue. But what Sunon is saying is that you must tell the people why we are telling them why we conducted the trials before we meet them. So because, for example, we conduct the trial because we want to make sure that some issues are resolved and the app is working properly before we present to you. Yeah. Yeah, so it's the reason for the trial before we meet them.
Yeah, before trial, because the chatbot is working properly or not.
Correct, something like that. So the reason why, because if not, the stakeholders will be thinking why you want to present me the issues that you have found.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's why also after trial we have we find some issue also. That's why we trial the chatbot.
So we need to tell them that we tried it because why? Yeah.
Okay. So I thought, what's the purpose of usage of chatbot?
That is good actually. Yeah. You should continue to say that. Yeah.
Yes,
but also add in about why you're presenting the trials. Why you're presenting? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So anytime you want, just add it in
Sure.
Yeah. Then practice it.
Okay.
Before you practice what you're written in, then that's what Abigail mentioned.
Okay, I practice myself and share the video in a group also. You can watch after that. Give me the feedback also.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Okay, thank
Thanks so much.
you.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Abigail,
Yeah.
you're filing our Q&A questions, right?
Yes, correct. I will send you after this.
All right.
Okay, thank
No
you.
need
so
to
Going to
record
record
already.
No
already.
need to record. That's it.
Recording already.
Finish
Mine,
already.
yeah.
Okay,
Okay,
bye
Okay,
everybody.
bye.
Enjoy your birthday
Bye.
celebration,
Yeah.
Abigail.